And although my earthly father appeared to see me as a nuisance, an intrusion on his life, stopped him enjoying his life, my Heavenly Father doesn't. My name's Gwynneth Weston. Well, I was born in January 1949. I was one of 4 children. My mother was a Christian, but my father, although he'd said he was a Christian before and just after they got married, he very quickly made it clear that he wasn't, and he didn't want to have anything to do with Jesus, with God. If he caught you praying or singing hymns in the house, then you got a smack. So we always did it when he wasn't in. Dad also had episodes of quite violent rage, and he would take his anger out on mostly Mum, but then in later stages on us as well. The biggest incident that struck me about the cruelty was he got so angry once that he actually picked up a chair and he hit my younger brother over the back with it, and the chair broke. And that really hurt us, that he could do that to his own son. Dad was always out. He had lots of affairs with lots of different women. He was always going dancing. But at this particular time, Dad just walked out on us. He just left. I think that's why God means so much to me. God is my Heavenly Father. And although my earthly father appeared to see me as a nuisance, an intrusion on his life, my Heavenly Father doesn't. My Heavenly Father loves me and in fact delights in me. It was coming up to Christmas, and the coal was getting lower in the coal shed. There wasn't enough money. Mum got a job which was quite low paid, and we got to the 23rd of December and it looked like there'd be not a great deal of food. I don't think we'd have starved, but it didn't look very nice. And so we gathered together as a family to pray, because that's what Mum did about everything. So she gathered us together, we prayed, and we trusted the Lord. When we got up on Christmas Eve morning, and I opened the door to take the milk in, and there was a box of groceries on the step. And we had roast chicken, we had potatoes, I know there was cake, I know there was pudding, there was even chocolate. You know, we had all the kinds of things that you expected on Christmas Day. We'd no idea where from, and we still don't know. Never ever had any idea where they came from. Later that day, we suddenly heard the steps of the coal man, because they used to wear those hobnail boots. He was going down the side path towards the coal shed, and he knocked the door and he said, "Sorry about the delay, we should have delivered this a couple of days ago." And when Mum said, "Well, I didn't order it," he said, "No, Mr. Lloyd ordered it and it's paid for." Well, it was wonderful. I mean, what it said to me was, and I think that's what really came out to me, that God does care. He's not a remote God. He's a very, very close God, and he is a father, and he takes care of your needs, and that's what a father does. And just like a father provides for his children at Christmas, we were provided for. Sharing my testimony with you is because God's done something really good for me, and I want everyone to know it. I heard a preacher say to me recently, if God's done something good for you, tell it. So if God's done, when you are reflecting and you're looking back and you're thinking, well, yes, God came through in this and God came through in that, then send those answers off to the eternal wall of answered prayer, because that's what it's all about. Because the more we tell others, the more we encourage people.